Hello, everyone. Welcome to a fabulous episode 7 of A Fabulous Birds of Play. I am your host, John Starler McCrone, joined by
Logan and Pierce.
Jarris George.
John Starler McCrone.
And I'm Pierce Turner.
Mr. Giggles over here. We had some fun before the show started.
I don't want to talk about it.
Keep it straight, everybody. All right, starting the timer. Okay, so once again, kind of a slow news week, so the topic won't totally be about some video game release or comments or whatever. But we still have a bit of a topic.
There's that big thing.
There's that big thing that's going on with the YouTuber scandals. So I don't know if you guys know about the things that T. Martin and Syndicate did on their channels.
Yes.
Basically, to give a rundown for people who don't know, they both feature on the channel's CSGO gambling videos. Where basically they go to a gambling website, they put some money in, it spins, and they get a really great skin for their CSGO gun bucks or whatever. The problem that some people have found, some lawyers have found in things, is
They
that
own the damn website.
They own
gambling on.
They own the website that they're gambling on, they're promoting, that they're telling people to go to, and they didn't disclose it.
That's the big thing.
That's the big thing. They didn't disclose it. But the interesting thing is, while that seems like it's super illegal and they should be charged and persecuted and everything, they haven't, in American courts, haven't been charged yet.
Welcome to the U.S. court system.
Welcome to the U.S. court system. The reason
for a different show.
For a different show is that in jolly old England, a YouTuber by the name of Nepin the Z, he owns a FIFA gambling website, which I'm still not sure how it works. I think you buy FIFA coins and then you spin, and it's basically just a lottery. It's like
slots. The card packs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing.
Yep.
And it's the site. It's called FUT Galaxy. He owned
You're
it.
going somewhere else with that.
He streamed videos of him doing gambling and saying, "Oh, look, I won. Hey, you guys should go do it too." Basically the same thing. Self-promotion.
Yeah.
And he didn't disclose that he owned it. But in the British court systems, it was actually the Gambling Commission has now brought up charges against him. So he's actually if the court's going to go forward, he's going to be persecuted and everything. And it's just an interesting topic, kind of the juxtaposition of American courts versus English courts. Basically, the way American courts work is it has to have precedents and a law. If it doesn't have either of those, it's basically you're the first guys who did it, you get a free ride, kind of.
Yeah, well, American
unless they make
court
up something.
system is something else in general because
Right.
without going heavy into politics, it's you either the first person do it, like you said, and we're either going to be slow on it or we're going to speed it up and we're just going to persecute you without knowing what we're doing.
Right.
British, they just don't care.
They just go for it.
They're also, I didn't see, I'm heavy into what's going on with YouTube and, seeing, I guess, the kind of drama around it or
Right.
whatever. But I remember when the YouTube T. Martin and Pro Syndicate scandal broke, and it was the internet was in uproar for 3 whole weeks. You had major YouTubers with 3 million plus subscribers talking about it, roasting them essentially on the thing. And then this happened, and it's kind of become we've become desensitized to it. This guy did the Madden Ultimate or Team scandal, whatever. This guy did the FIFA scandal, whatever. But because T. Martin and Pro Syndicate had already done the CSGO thing, nobody really cares about what's going on now, or at least it seems a lot duller of a response compared to what it was.
Right, and I think that boils back down to, like I said, being desensitized. Once something happens the first time and it's breaking news or whatever, of course it's going to catch fire, it's going to catch heat, and then everybody's going to be all on top of it. But then eventually you get to the point where it's all right, somebody else is doing it, whatever. Unless there's some contributing factor to it that makes it stand out, it makes it something noticeable to where you want to catch fire in it again, I don't really think you should get in an uproar about it, honestly. Just don't do it.
I also feel because depending on what community it is there, because CSGO, that game was, it was relatively popular when it came out, right? That game exploded when you had the real money auctions.
It's big.
Yeah.
It's big.
And so you're seeing with some of the same things. Something I wanted to bring up was a couple weeks ago, Rocket League introduced a crate and key system similar to what CSGO has. And I've been playing the Rumble update that this was introduced in a lot. The problem is...
Sounds like somebody messed up.
I bought my first microtransaction.
Oh,
Yep.
Ever. I know.
What'd you
My first and last. I spent $5 on keys, right?
$5 on
Did you get?
Yeah. I know. Whew.
Did you
So,
get the DeLorean?
no. I had already bought that.
Oh.
Should've got the Batmobile.
No, I spent $5 on gambling microtransactions. Let me clarify that. On stuff that I'm not guaranteed to get anything in. So,
You know you're on camera, right?
yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Admitting these fallacies.
Can we cut?
Okay, anyway, I've admitted I'm abstaining from any more purchases because I got 3 skins, I
Right.
got a rare wheel, and I got a rare car.
Those are purely
modification.
cosmetic, right?
Purely cosmetic,
Okay.
and so some people are not a big problem. Doesn't really raise an issue.
What are their light levels though?
The problem comes.
Too soon.
All right, Destiny. The problem comes
Don't call me that. Ever
where the Reddit posts that you have now that are just Rocket League black market forums. Somebody offered me either $40 through PayPal or 80 keys in the game for a cosmetic wheel.
Right.
So, some of you might not see a problem with that.
4 wheels, to be fair.
Here's where that problem comes in. This game is not locked behind an M rating or a teen rating. This game is locked behind an E rating.
for kids.
Anyone can play this.
Exactly.
This is the problem that it's raised, because if you were scamming off 30-year-olds, wherever, the average gamer.
They have like the mental capacity to think about it.
They have the mental
everything,
capacity
yeah.
to think about it, but you're bringing in essentially 5-year-olds and introducing them to the horrible sorrows of gambling.
Right.
Like there's nothing. These systems are created to make money, and Rocket League, they advertise each key sale works to fund their esports, which is noble
Which is
cause
great,
or whatever.
which is great.
It's good.
But the problem is they introduced a system, and even though they don't have a real money base yet, it's being created through Reddit, and it's being created through kids who are going to be taking mom's credit card out and be like, I want those lightning wheels. Let me pay $80 to some random kid on
Right.
PS4 or Steam.
Well, first off, if you're gonna go and take your mama's credit card and they let you take it for some $80 wheels, that's something that needs to be
It's bad
handled
parenting.
regardless.
That's what it boils
That's
down
something
to.
that really shouldn't
That's
even
obvious,
be a problem
yeah.
But it
as far as the
still
community goes.
happens.
It's still a problem.
Oh yeah.
I remember when my mom let me get the Club Penguin membership.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
No,
That
was a long time
was
ago.
worth it.
All right, Mr.
because
Waddle
without-
Dee.
No, without that membership, you couldn't do the mini games, you couldn't get the coins, you couldn't invite people to your igloo, and you couldn't wear clothes, so you'd be naked.
Right, but that's not really, that's like, even though it's something so little, that's still gameplay changes.
Yes.
It's not just purely cosmetic. And like thing you kind of talked about a little bit where it's still, like it seems like it's a crime, but in the American court system it's not. There's a reason for that. It's really hard to prove that any actual malice is going on. Because in the case of T. Martin and Syndicate specifically,
It was the failure to disclose. It wasn't that they were actually doing the game.
and basically, from what my understanding of like watching different videos and different like lawyer things and reading articles, this is the case that a prosecutor would have to make in order to persecute T. Martin and Syndicate. Basically, they have to prove that they both had access to the YouTube analytics, which they did. They would have to see that their main audience is children or people of underage, people who are underage, and then make those videos specifically targeted at them, like with malice and with
Right,
intent
it's hard
and
to
everything.
prove when you have a general audience.
Right, you
and
can
you're
prove
trying to
those
draw-
first two.
Exactly.
And the third one, they just say no, that's not
But you
true.
can
and then,
also use YouTube Analytics to prove who their targeted audience is, because you can see, you can't exactly directly connect them to, I'm going to target the 5 and 7-year-olds who watch my channel, but you can find who the main user bases were for those CS:GO unboxing.
But that doesn't prove malice or anything.
I
That's the
don't
problem.
know.
It's
That's
really
kinda hard.
sticky. Like
So
it's really
the,
sticky.
the issue is whether or not it's directed towards kids.
Yeah, it's illegal. It's
Underage gambling
Underage
is
gambling.
illegal.
Oh, okay.
That's what it is. And also, like the non-disclosure. Is that mainly a YouTube thing, or is that also a?
That's
I think
also
that's-
illegal.
That's
thing.
also illegal?
But that could get them
Yeah.
removed from YouTube if it goes big enough.
But-
But the thing is, they're too big of YouTubers for
Right.
YouTube to do, because YouTube is. A
I'm saying
great
that they can't get
system.
any like legal repercussions for
Yeah.
doing that, right?
I don't
That's
think
just
so. I
purely
think it's more of a
YouTube.
moral thing, honestly.
Yeah,
the
it's also a
disclosure
moral thing, yeah.
But it's just like the non-disclosure and the targeting the kids or whatnot. Even if you look at analytics or anything like that, it's really hard to say, because how many times when you were 16, 17 years old, you see some game that's rated M, you have to be 18 or older. What do? You just lie on there. You just change the year. You just set up your profile so that way it shows you being older than what you are. So it's kind of hard to say, okay, maybe they had the intentions of reaching out to people for underage gambling, but when you're able to just change your age in your setting profile, and it's really hard to depict what exact age that you are, you can't really get pinned down for that, at least in my opinion.
And it comes back to like the argument
parenting
they can
thing.
make is saying, well, why aren't the parents monitoring their credit
Yeah.
card and monitoring these kids if they have a bank account for some reason? Their bank account, that's a big argument. Is it's the parents' fault, which I mean it kind of is.
But you also have the moral obligation of the developers of these games. So
Yeah,
you have Psyonix,
definitely.
who develops Rocket League. You have Valve, developer of CS:GO. They know this stuff goes on. Whether or not you can use the excuse that parents need to be more aware of what their kids are doing and,
The
and things of that
businesses
nature.
need to be aware
But
and need to act
these
on it.
businesses were aware, and especially Psyonix, which is what I'm really upset about. They know how the CS:GO thing is gone.
Yeah.
They know how this has all gone down, and they said, "Hey, we're going to put this in to fund our esports thing," knowing the repercussions this could have. That black market thread on Reddit I looked yesterday has something like 4,400 posts, and that's just posts. That's not including the comments. That's not including the other things. I put my stuff on there and immediately got a response within an
Black
hour.
market thread on Reddit sounds like just about the scariest place.
Can you
on
explain
the
that
internet.
a little bit more? 'Cause
Okay,
that
I don't
sounds.
like anything to do
No,
with
Yeah.
that.
okay, so I had heard that this stuff was going on. I'd been listening to people who had opened the crates early on, because I didn't buy crates until a week in or whatever.
Right.
And I had heard that people who had got legitimately good stuff had gone onto Reddit, because there's a certain thread that somebody started that's just the Rocket League black market. And so you put
okay.
you put the list of what platform you're on, either PC, PS4, Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
You put the item that you have, you put your gamer tag, and then you put whatever offer you want for it, or you could just say best offer or anything
Okay.
like that. So yesterday I put PS4, I put the certain type
The
of
wheel
wheels
thing,
that I
yeah.
got, and then I put my gamer tag, and I put willing to go best offer, because this wasn't me trying to get anything.
You're
This
just
was
trying to
me
see
just trying to
what-
see what this is.
Right.
Investigative journalism.
Oh my gosh, dude!
Did you get
The,
paid for it though?
no,
Never mind, you don't gotta tell me that.
I can
Yeah.
show you guys the comments later, but it's gross. Like, it really is gross. And
Yeah.
I don't know the age of these people. I don't know their country of origin. I don't
Right.
know where all of this is. But I had people who offered me either 80 keys through the system, which is $80. Let's keep that in mind, or just $40 straight up through PayPal,
Right.
like a direct infusion. This is for cosmetic items, and this is something that kids have access to.
Well, the thing I got, is that illegal or is it just immoral?
I think it's more immoral.
It sounds like it's not breaking any laws.
Here's the thing: it's not
frowned
illegal.
upon.
It's frowned upon.
It's not
Taboo.
illegal,
Yeah.
but the problem is you have this festering in the community, and so you take Rocket League, that was just a fun game. Rocket League is the fastest growing multiplayer game in existence right
addicting.
now.
It's addicting.
Period. Like, legitimately, through facts and analytics, it's the fastest growing. There's the most amount of players moving to that, and you're going to ruin that
It's open up.
morally with this kind of system. You could have just put in more cosmetics and had me pay for it in microtransaction packs like I have been. You can buy the car packs that have 2 cars and they have a few skins and decals and stuff. Keep doing that. You don't need to have this lottery gambling system.
Well,
Well,
see-
you do if you want to make a lot of money.
Well, and here's the thing also, even if you would have just did that and then you offered a trading system, people are going to always want some type of trading system. And as soon as you offer a trading system, this just opens right back up.
But
so
that's
it's
what they have right now. Like, they have a trading system where you have to wait 7 days after you get an item, but then you can trade it in.
Okay.
And you have the option to turn. The good thing about Rocket League is you have the option to turn off this crate system altogether, like,
That's
where you
cool.
just won't see it, which is really nice. But like I said, if the parents aren't there, and that is a problem that
parents,
we
yeah.
can't control, but if the parents aren't there, the kid is not going to turn that stuff off.
But that shouldn't come down. In the end, that shouldn't come down on the developers because they're doing what they're supposed to be doing to try and build the game up, trying to make sure that they get the money to do whatever. Because it's hard to raise money for games and different things. And it's just like we were talking about Warframe earlier. They had the same thing. It's a free-to-play game. They make their money off of certain microtransactions and stuff in the game. But with the introduction of a trading system in any game, you're always going to get people who want to pay for stuff.
Who are gonna
You're always
abuse
going to
it
get
and-
people who want to abuse it.
Yeah.
So I mean, when I used to play. Have people, you get a legendary item or you get a material for an item. Same thing. They'll offer you like real money or they'll offer you in-game stuff that you're just like, why?
Yeah.
But you have to also remember, like, if people want to do this, if people really want to give their own money for something like that, if this
can.
in-game cosmetic is them, that's their prerogative. That's not your fault. Like,
The thing I want to point out before I throw it to you guys, because I'm sure you guys have opinions as well. Going back to, like, they need to make money, they need to fund this and stuff. This game has already made 50 times what it costs to make. This game cost $2 million to make.
Well,
They
Which
have
is
made over-
impressive because I've platinumed that game. I've never
So have I.
spent a penny on it.
Yeah, they
Yeah, I
have
have to.
they have
Right.
over $100 million worth of profit already.
Well, here's like just kind of, like, obviously those numbers are amazing. They're amazingly high, but to give some context to it, you said before it's the fastest growing game like ever. That costs servers for them, and servers are a buttload of money to buy and then to maintain,
stadium rentals.
especially when you have a lot. Like, that is a buttload of money that they have to have a constant flow of cash to pay for that.
My point is that they were already doing that, though. Like, these DLC packs that they've been releasing that have the 2 cars and the decals and the trails and stuff, you can attest to it. Like, I bought the DeLorean one $2 immediately when it came out for the 30th anniversary of Back to the Future. I was
Right.
like, yes, give me the DeLorean.
Here's the difference, though. That's $2 one purchase, whereas if you just implement a gambling system, it's $2 every time trying to get that. So you make
Yeah.
a lot more money a lot quicker.
That's the thing. That's the thing, though. Like,
RNG,
I mean,
baby.
I've learned now that I'm not going to buy any more crates and keys. I did it one time because I love this game.
You're
like,
addicted.
Rocket. Yeah.
You need help.
Rocket. I need help, please.
Rocket League Anonymous.
Rocket League is a great game, but the problem is when you implement these kind of systems, it gets that kind of shady underbelly that I think might start turning people away from it, believe it or not. Because the same thing happened when I was playing with Black Ops 3. I spent $200 on the collector's edition. Yeah, I spent $200 on the collector's edition.
You realize
I
you're
still-
still on camera.
Yeah, I still don't
was
have.
legal, though.
I still don't have
That
all
was
the
legal,
weapons.
though.
It shouldn't be.
I still don't have all the DLC weapons for that game. I have 5 out of the 22 DLC weapons. I spent
of the crate
$22
system.
on that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have
crate
stopped
system, yeah.
That's right.
playing that game because the crate system turned me off too
Yeah.
much, and I don't want that to happen with Rocket League.
Well, we're honestly running a little bit out of time in this segment. I wasn't expected to go this long, but shut up. What I did want to do is while T Martin and Syndicate currently aren't getting like charged through the American court system,
Right.
they are getting some backlash. So basically,
absolutely.
like what it appears to be is when you do these kind of scandals, don't talk to your audience for a while. Don't make any kind of videos, like apologize or explain anything, because you will just get burned alive.
Especially not the one T Martin made.
Well, here's the like we have some analytics. I don't have the exact numbers because that's just too boring. Nep and the Z made 1 or 2 videos saying, "Hey, this is what's wrong. I'm sorry. I'm going to get back to it." And he's lost a good amount of subscribers, and so far those numbers haven't gone back up yet. T Martin made a bunch of videos that are all real dumb, explaining how he's such a good person. This isn't a bunch of crap. Or
Deleted
whatever.
half of
He
them.
lost a ton of subscribers, and it is not recovering.
He lost
as far as
me
we can
as a
see.
subscriber. I
Like,
was
he's
subscribed.
lost
I never watched.
like tens of thousands of subscribers we haven't seen. Syndicate has made absolutely no videos, has said nothing about it, just kept going on like it's normal. Lost maybe like 10,000. He's already back up to more of that number. So, kids, if you're doing a CS:GO, Rocket League, FIFA gambling
Which
league,
we're not endorsing.
and you get caught,
Which we're
just
not
ignore
endorsing.
it and it'll go away. This is Birds of Play taking you to commercial.
Bye,
All
thanks.
right.
I'm Jay Paul with an important update from the Spinnaker. We're less than 50 days out to the election and the first debate coming up on Monday. This is an event that you cannot afford to miss. UNSPinnaker.com will be live streaming it. Whether you're in the dorm or on the go, Spinnaker is here for you for free. I'm Jay Paul, and I approve this message.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Fabulous Episode 7 of Fabulous Birds of Play. We just talked about YouTube controversies with Syndicate and other losers. Now we're going to talk about maybe a controversy. I don't really know yet. This is kind of actually Pierce's topic.
Yeah.
Destiny Rise of Iron, bad apparently?
I don't remember putting that in the. It's been less than a week, guys.
Yeah.
Give it a chance. Okay.
It's been.
So, as you know, there's this game called Destiny. It came out 2 years ago.
Very popular.
Pretty controversial in terms of the fact that it came out and it really wasn't finished. And even the biggest fans of the game will tell you that. But it came out with another expansion a couple months later. People didn't like it. Another expansion a few months after that. People weren't really.
Starting to see a trend.
A slight trend.
However, a year later, it came out The Taken King. $40 expansion, which is pretty expensive. But it was basically a new game.
It
and
is a new game.
in all intents and purposes, it completely rebuilt Destiny in almost every better way. Year on from that, we have Rise of Iron. $30 this time. Considerably shorter, well, noticeably shorter than The Taken King.
How long is it?
So, the story mode, which, has never been something Destiny's known for, is very short.
Like
Very-
we're talking 2 hours. What are we talking?
I was playing with one other person. We probably beat it in about an hour and a half.
Good
Wow.
Lord.
Just 2 total, like with 2 other random people, or just 2 total?
2 total.
Jesus, what, an hour and a half?
So,
Wow. Oh, okay.
that being said,
Hold on,
Oh, yeah.
everybody.
Well, let's let him get it out
All right,
first.
don't get me wrong, I'm not going to defend Destiny this whole time. But that being said, it was probably the best storyline. No, I think it definitely was the best storyline of the whole show.
Okay, merit.
Of the whole game. The last mission especially was really cool. And today, actually, the raid comes out. So that means I haven't tried it out. So I can't tell you whether or not the raid is worth it. There's people who say the second raid that came out with the Dark Below wasn't great. I liked it, but
So will this raid be like the full end of content, or is there more after this?
The raid is the end.
the raid's the big draw of the expansion. Really,
And
not
this
really.
is this the last thing for
Is it-
Destiny?
yeah, I was about to say.
So
is
right,
this-
last thing before
This
Destiny
is definitely
2.
the last
Before
paid
Destiny 2, okay.
expansion, and probably definitely the last big thing before Destiny 2.
So just to kind of like, before we talk about if it's bad or not semantics-wise, because I'm just curious, does this wrap up the story of Destiny 1, or like give it to a good point, or is it like a
So-
completely different side thing?
It's funny you say the word story because
Because
No.
there isn't one.
well, okay, it has cutscenes and there's people talking.
That's baseline story.
No, Destiny is
There
not.
was a script.
Destiny is not Halo.
It
It's
doesn't
not
resolve
known
the
Yes,
plot.
for
it's
its
not
right.
Halo.
There's not.
That's true.
They wanted it to be sort of a beginning, middle, and end. it's not that.
It doesn't feel like
It's its own thing. Rise of Iron is really its own kind of. It's got its own beginning, middle, and end.
Keep in mind, Activision, probably the greediest publisher, is also the publisher of Destiny. So let's just throw that out there.
The brilliant minds behind Call of Duty and
the brilliant minds behind Call of Duty and the Crash Bandicoot, Skylanders mashups and
all those
everything.
great Spider-Man
And the people
games.
who charge $200
they
for
had
all
to
of
do
the
that.
Destiny expansions.
Oh yeah, total $200.
So if you bought Destiny on day one and you bought every expansion subsequently on day one that it came out, you have now spent $200
Extra.
on Destiny
that is
in total.
Oh, wait.
$60.
Did you just
$60,
realize that?
$40, $40, $30. So you're spending $170, almost $200 on this game. That's not if you bought the collector's edition.
He's freaking out right
Yeah. So maybe my
For one game.
$200 Black Ops 3 collector's edition isn't that bad. It's still bad. But
Yeah, I was about to say, you
you
still
have
don't
spent
have half your stuff.
$170,
Yeah.
bro.
So
How do you feel?
However, I'll give some credit to Pierce and Destiny fans. Those were like they were content. Like you got extra, even though it's only an hour and a half.
But not much at all.
okay,
you
no,
got extra
the story
content,
is not
you
what
know.
what anybody in the world bought this expansion for. They bought it for the raid. They bought it for the new
Right,
gear. They
right.
bought it for just the chance to have a reason to play Destiny again. Because
But who bought it?
I bought it
Destiny
and nobody else.
Yeah, that's the thing. People are lapsed because they're sick of this. I think, or at least that's why I think the reason is. I think they pitched this as a very integral part of the Destiny experience. I don't think this is like a half-assed kind of thing. But like, I didn't buy it because I'm sick of getting nickeled and dimed by Destiny. I love Destiny, but like, you can buy Destiny the collection for $60. So you get all of the content you and me would have paid $170 for $60 right now because it's past the time that it came out.
The difference is, and you're right, it's past the time because for Destiny, and I'm not saying this is a good thing at all, but a couple months after the content is released, it's almost completely irrelevant. Like this collection that includes every expansion that's come out so far, the raids that came with the early expansion, they're just going to be so easy to people who just use this item that levels you up to the Rise of Iron level. And so it's just, unless you played them when they came out with your fire team of 6,
You had to
with your
grind
friends.
You had to grind.
Right.
and over and
But-
over.
To give credit to
You
those
can't
people,
stress that enough.
That's a game that this Destiny is a game where a lot of people who are like first gen or next gen adopters. This is the game that them and all their friends got.
Yeah,
I bought a
yeah.
PS4
And-
for Destiny.
Yeah,
And
I've
these
talked to a
are
lot
the
of
people
about
that,
PS4.
as they go through the game, they get the new raid. They have they spend a ton of time grinding for that, and then doing the raid, and doing it over and over again to get all the secret crap that comes with it. That's I think who these DLCs are for.
Yeah.
But the people want to spend time with their friends and have a really good time with their friends. Spend a ton of hours doing raids and like secret stuff with their friends. It's a ton of content.
And I love doing that. Like, I used to love doing that, but we also all bought this game with, going back to No Man's Sky, and you talk about hype culture. People thought this game was going to cure cancer at the rate that they were hyping this up. Like, people
Yeah.
thought this was going to save every video game shooter. Like, it's from the people who made Halo. It's a new
Open
universe.
world.
It's, it's this crazy thing you can play with all your friends. And then you have simple problems like the grinding is too ridiculous. You can't have matchmaking and half of the stuff. They just released private matches 2 years after the game came out.
Yeah.
The leveling
So
system was broken.
okay, there's so much to say about.
Hold
Destiny.
on, guys.
There's so much. No, I'm not gonna defend it.
I'm going to
Because
unpack it.
The reason Destiny was so fun for me for 2.5 years, is just because I had a dedicated team of 6. We even have our own cute little name in a Facebook message group.
Cute.
It's very cute. And
I had one too.
that was the only reason it was fun, because we were just messing around, laughing at each other every time something
Couple
stupid
guys
happened
joking
in Destiny,
around,
which was
shooting
often.
aliens.
We would play when we couldn't get past a certain part in a raid. We would play ABBA.
ABBA?
Yeah,
Oh,
like
just like
the music.
music.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh, Lord.
No, like literally, like that was. But that's kind of the stupid stuff that people would do in Destiny, and that's why it became such a phenomenon. But like, I think Rise of Iron has hit the tipping point. At least for now, we'll see with how Destiny 2 does.
Well, we've talked about this just like off camera, maybe on camera. I can't really remember. Where it's like the target audience for Call of Duty. You complain about Call of Duty with the leveling system all the time, but Activision, they don't care what
They
you
care
think.
about Johnny No
They can
Thumbs.
what Johnny No Thumbs with his mom's credit card thinks, and like just like Destiny, they don't care what gaming enthusiasts think. They care what Johnny Friday just got home from work. All his friends are on. Let's go do a raid.
Johnny Friday.
Johnny Friday, my new character coming out, TV show. This bit's done.
My-
Just you know.
Thank God.
My thing about Destiny, though, is with all these expansions that start coming out and all these expansions, they start to become almost mandatory. And what sucks is you have to pay for them. Like, if you got it from day one, you got it, expansion comes out. You can't progress anymore in your story till you use that expansion. So now you got to pay for the expansion, which just milked you for the 30. Then you're like, all right, cool, let's do it. Now I can play with my friends. Well, a new expansion just came out. And then for me, what it seems like is you take the target audience and you make them lower now. So now by milking out the money, you get to a certain point where you're like, I'm not paying for this anymore. You have the mental capacity to say, I'm not getting nickel and dime no more. A 12-year-old don't care.
Why are you putting the
12-year-old? No.
The 12-year-old.
Not to mention
Not
this game
12-year-old.
has like an artificial gambling system. Essentially, by the way things are dropped.
Oh,
Because
I know. He's actually right.
RNG.
He's actually
the
right.
RNG in Destiny has been broken for a while. They fixed it more recently, but come on, man. Come on.
It's
You know
bad.
how many
It's
times you've gone to the
bad.
Cryptarch.
I'm not going to defend Destiny. I will say, though, Rise of Iron, in almost every way, is a step in the right direction for Destiny 2.
But it's not there.
It's not there,
there yet.
but and let me just say this. Let me just get on my little broken soapbox about Destiny. So
Beaten down, kicked.
Destiny is
Greasy.
not a good game,
Whoa.
Shakuse!
which is funny because I spent almost $200. But like I said earlier, it's fun because you have friends, and Bungie was really good at making Halo games, and Destiny was completely new for them. Basically an MMO shooter that's with all this, it's completely new. So now they have experience, and if I went back and played vanilla Destiny right now, I couldn't.
It's terrible.
It's not that
absolutely
great.
That's
awful.
what I'm saying,
that
but they've
great.
learned so much as you go on, and they learn
they've grown,
sort of
yeah.
slowly, but I'm saying by the time Destiny 2 comes out, if that game's just completely different, and if the PvP is basically just Halo PvP, then
Halo
we're going to have a
PvP is
really
awesome.
good game on our
And
hands.
what I've heard about this is that only 10% of the team worked on Rise of Iron because 90% of the team is working on Destiny 2.
Destiny 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So-
like I said, if you're coming into this and you've never played Destiny before and you buy the collection, which is like $60 right now, or if you get the Amazon Prime discount or whatever, it's cheaper. It's a great purchase,
experience.
honestly.
Yeah.
But if you're you and me who have spent 140, 170, whatever,
Stop
how
it.
much,
Just stop it.
stop doing it.
Don't do it.
Yeah. Just don't do it. Like, just wait for Destiny 2.
I wouldn't recommend, if somebody has never played Destiny before, I
think
would
it's too late
never
in the
tell
game.
them, what?
I think it's too
no,
late in the game to
it's
get
way
it
too,
now.
I would not tell them to get that.
Well, like, what if
collection.
you and a couple of your friends, Johnny Friday and the crew,
Johnny Friday,
Looking for a new game.
like they all picked it up at the same time? They can just do the raids together, right?
if you have 5 friends who are stupid enough to buy the collection right now, then by all
That-
means.
So you have
Stupid.
turned from this being a great expansion to
I
don't
never
buy
said
this
great-
game.
Okay, hold on.
Here's this flip-flopping over because we have live on cam in the hot seat.
Rise of Iron, okay. Rise of Iron is good. And like I said, I haven't played the raid. If this is the best raid, then it'll be the best expansion.
But what if it
That's
isn't?
really how it
What
works.
if it isn't?
Then
Then
it's just
it'll-
not the best expansion.
it'll
Let's
be
let the
very
man. Let's get
disappointing.
him out, man.
Let's give him give him his chops. You know, he can say what he wants.
I'm
Claps for Pierce. Claps for
That's
Pierce.
great.
yes, if that is my real name. I'm looking forward to the raid. And really you judge every expansion based on a raid.
The raid?
Which is why the one expansion that didn't have a raid is
Was
everybody's least favorite.
Worse. Okay.
And you guys bought all the expansions up to now, right? So you can
I bought them at a discounted
No.
price.
At discounted
Well,
price, and
that's-
you didn't.
I didn't buy. The only thing I bought day one was Vanilla Destiny and the Taken King. And
Taken
because I bought Taken King day one, I got everything that was in the past.
Dang, did I make it?
True.
Because I bought the full legendary thing. So yeah.
So you haven't bought
I
like did you
don't
buy any
think-
of the
I don't think
expansions?
I did any of the expansions.
Did you even buy the game?
No, I didn't. I got the game. I
you
started
even
playing
played the
it.
game,
I
bro?
felt a little upset that one, the leveling system was trash, absolute garbage. The
Yeah.
drops in RNG was really, really bad.
The raid was glitched.
The raids was glitched, and then when we found a way to expose stuff, they fixed it. That's the one thing they wanted to do right. And so, like, there was a lot of things that I just wasn't happy about. But then other stuff came out. I found better ways to spend my money at the end of the day. Now, I had a lot of people who did have, the game. They bought all the expansions. I watched them play. I was
Johnny
like, oh, that's
Friday.
cool to add. Johnny Friday came over and was
Never
like,
forget.
dude, you got to get it. And I'm like, no, not about it.
Gotta
And
get out of my
that's
house,
just-
Johnny Friday. I don't even know you.
don't even know you like that. But it was just, I found other ways to spend my money instead of dropping $30, $40 on each expansion, because then at the end of the day, it's just like, I could have bought this. I could have
Spending
had
on those
this.
CS:GO
Yeah.
crates.
You know,
Those
there
crates.
you go. I could have got rich
Okay.
and sold
I'd
off
probably
the
be a
stuff.
much happier person if I didn't spend almost $200.
I'm just saying. I just think bottom line,
It's a sobering fact.
if you
smart.
don't have it now, Yeah, be smart, yeah.
smart
But
with
if you
your
don't
money.
have it now, just wait for Destiny 2.
Yeah,
because
I definitely agree with that.
It'll be refined. It'll be cheaper.
yeah, if you have it,
Hopefully.
cool, enjoy it. Like you said, it may be the best expansion, to date, depending on the raid. Let us know how that goes. But there's no point in dropping $60 for a game that's gonna lose, the remaining steam it has.
So this is maybe one of the first, if not the first, Birds of Play episode that's going to have a super big cliffhanger. Because next week, I'll know if the raid is good or bad. And you'll see me crying or jumping up and down and pointing at these guys saying, I told
And I'll
know
still
in
make
about
fun
an
of
hour. I
you
hope he's
'cause you
crying.
spend so much money.
Yes.
We'll still make fun of you. Don't worry.
Okay, just to reel in a little bit,
Yep.
we have about a minute 30 left.
Oh Lord.
They've all brought up a topic that Pierce and Logan specifically, that they want to talk about. The new Soapbox this week.
Next week is my show.
Put the camera on him, I guess. He's calling the shots. Here we go. Bring up your end. You got a minute and a half. I'm timing you. Go.
All right. Today I want to talk about PS Plus and how it went up to $60 for a year subscription.
Minute 22.
Yeah. PSN is broken all the time. It goes down about twice a week. We can't change our PSN names, and you're still charging us for internet service. What is that $10 going to do? I can't play Rocket League half the time because the servers are down. I can't play Destiny half the time because the servers are down.
PC Master
I can't
Race.
communicate with anybody, and you're still charging us for the service, and now you're raising it again. It's already happened in other territories, and you've done it here. The games that we get with PS Plus aren't fun. They're not good. They're like
Steam.
crap indie games. Yeah.
Steam.
No, here's the point. If you're going after PC players with the PS4 Pro thing,
PC
don't
Master
charge for
Race.
internet. And if you are going to charge for internet, make it work. Pierce, what do you have to say?
Can I get a camera too, please?
Cut
I have
to
a lot to
Pierce.
say. Okay, hey, hi, I'm Pierce.
That's your
Okay,
name.
$10 extra. So that was kind of the big thing PS Plus had over Xbox Live, that it was $10 cheaper. Now it's the same, and Xbox Live is clearly superior. But if they take all these extra $10 and they
Dolans.
take them and they put it into the PlayStation Store and they make that store actually work, because that store, I don't know if you know, is trash. The search system, it's the worst thing in the world. But if they take that $10, make the store better, make the entire infrastructure better.
Steam.
Ken, bring the camera back to me. Bring the
You
camera
got
back
5
to me.
seconds.
But they won't! That's all I have
And
to say.
time. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Birds of Play,
Hey, we
episode
just want to
7.
say Steam.
Steam Master Race.
PC, Master Race.
Living it
yeah,
up.
We don't got these problems.
I'm
Get those
John
CSGO
Stallone.
keys.
Let me tell
Logan
you.
Anstead.
He's
Jarris George.
I'm John Stallone. He's
I'm John Stalagron.
signing off. Auf Wiedersehen, everybody.
Bye. Next week's my show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a fabulous episode 7 of Fabulous Birds of Play. I am your host, John Styler McCrone, joined by
Logan Anstead.
Jarris George.
John Styler McCrone.
John Styler Pierce.
He's having fun. Don't ever do that again.
I
swear. This is my show.
Can we cut? Can we cut?
When the break
Can we
comes back,
cut?
we'll-
Stop.
No, it's fine.
Leave that in the edit, though.
Why are we cutting?
Can we have that at the end of the show? Can we play that?
No jokes in the show. Can we cut it?
Yeah,
We have no jokes.
that's what I'm saying. Like, what?
What?
This guy's too funny.
That was fun.
Hey, he said a straight face and everything. He was like, yeah. Oh, no.
I can't keep my composure.
All right.